Blog Talk Radio. There we go. Good evening. This is your host, Ty Jones, the voice, and we are on my first episode since the new year of Blog Talk Radio. Welcome back. Welcome back. And thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to have in the studio with me Scoob of Goth Effects. We want to big him up. He is legendary hip-hop artist of the group Goth Effects and a member of the BSU crew. He'll be in the studio with me as well. And today's topic, I'm going to touch on some things. Faith over fear, and why is this important? There's so much chaos going on in this world currently, and we must do our part to exercise our faith and practice patience and be mindful of personal space as well as our hygiene. I think we've all heard a lot about that lately. And there's nothing new under the sun that God hasn't seen nor forgotten. Trust me, people. During times of turmoil, it's important to remain positive in our thoughts and turn your mind off from worrying. Instead of focusing on, bad things, let's focus on some good things. Like, are you doing any spring cleaning right now? Maybe clear out some of that clutter in them closets. You may have a few things in there from the 70s. You never know. Your Nana stuff or something. It also helps to declutter the mind, believe it or not. Pick up a hobby, start a new project, or maybe finish something that you haven't. Just commit to something. Stay productive. And, maybe catch up on a book or meditate or just reach out to somebody that you care about. So, instead of me talking all that talk, I'm going to reach out to somebody I care about. And he happens to be in the studio with me now. Let's hear for Scoob from Goth Effects. What's up, Scoob?
Going on?
What's going on?
Trying to maintain and throughout this craziness. Everything good, though.
Yo, so
what's going on with you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing very well. And
Good
I want to know, I've been following y'all. First off, thank you for even, what brought it about, Scoob, was you liked some of my posts on my Instagram page, because I was really campaigning hard for breast cancer awareness and being a recent breast cancer survivor. And I noticed you have someone in your heart that also may have, endured something similar to mine. You want to share with the audience what that is? Because I even saw you have some T-shirts about it.
Yeah, well, that's something that's very close to me. Just that horrible disease in general. I lost my mom to it, but she had pancreatic cancer. So yeah, again, that's something that's near and dear to me. A friend of mine that we actually went to Virginia State with. I partnered up with her because she has an organization. And they've been doing these things, supporting the whole breast cancer thing for years. And so we just partnered up on some T-shirts and just, spreading the word and trying to get people more involved. And, so, that's basically how that came about. And, we've been having some good results from it and, getting people involved and just spreading the word and trying to get some truth out there. You know what I mean?
Mhm. So you do have shirts, right? Like I noticed some shirts on your gram. You do have shirts that support this?
Yes. Actually, we have two different shirts. We have a pink ribbon for breast cancer, and then we have a purple ribbon for pancreatic cancer. But yeah, we do have shirts. Yeah.
So where can people find the shirts? I'm going to plug you in there. How can they buy a shirt, or where did they got to go to get this shirt?
Well, you can holler at me on any of my social medias. Scoob Boogie Bang BOOGEEBANG Scoob SKOOB. You can hit me up at boogiebang BOOGEEBANG.com. I'm actually revamping that site, but you can still order shirts right now. So yeah, you can holler at me on any of my social media sites, and we'll get that out to you. Sure.
That's what's up. I really support those that, pretty much support me and all those that are, in attendance of VSU. I really love, supporting those. And you just happen to be one of those that we always look up to. So speaking of which, you've been traveling abroad and, you've been in other countries and you know what's going on with this coronavirus. And how was it for you being in various countries and then making it back to the States and not being stuck somewhere?
Well, it was different. One being that, the whole scare was really, like, Europe is maybe, 3 to 4 weeks ahead of us with this coronavirus thing, right?
Right.
So we were over there at a time to whereas it was, it was really starting to get heavy, right? But, like, I didn't really understand the depth of it while I was there because I was moving so fast. So I didn't really have time to focus on news reports and this, that, and the third. It was, get to the city, sound check, get something to eat, rest, show, back to the hotel, wake up, airport, next city, right? So it wasn't too much concentrating on the news and figuring out, like, what's really going on. So in the midst of all of that, I really was not that concerned about it. Of course, being aware of it slightly had us out there, washing hands and hand sanitizers and fist bumping people instead of, shaking hands and hugging and stuff like that. So, but then, once it was over, and again, we were in some of those cities. It was crazy. We were in Milan, Italy, right?
Right.
So we were out there for a month. We were out there for the whole month of February, the entire month. And actually, when we wrapped the tour up, we had gotten back just before they imposed travel restrictions. So had we been out there like maybe another week, we probably would have been stuck over there. Who knows where, how, but so, thank goodness we made it back. Everybody made it back healthy. Nobody got sick, thank goodness. But, it was, when you think back on it, when I think back on it, it was like, wow, I was right in the middle of what they're, really talking about on these news reports. So it was scary. It was scary. Once I wrapped my brain around it, like, ooh,
were you scared over there? Like, did you feel
I wasn't
scared?
Again, like I said, Ty, like we were moving too much for me to even focus on that.
Right.
It wasn't a thing to where I would wake up in the morning and I'm watching the news while I'm, scrambling eggs and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
So was people making it a big deal, like on the news or the way we are, like, for example, you're in New York now,
I couldn't really tell you because I wasn't really, focused on the news. And again, when you go to these different countries, unless they have, a CNN station or, or one of the, while you're in the hotel, then you can't really understand the language because they're speaking in their native language. So I don't know what they're saying on the news, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
You know what?
different.
That's crazy because that means like you just in a foreign land, and they could have been saying any old thing like,
Anything.
"Yo, this is about to be a Holocaust."
Yes.
and y'all are just like, "Doo-doo-doo, we're just about to get on stage." Doo-doo-doo. So thank God that y'all made it back. You know what I'm saying?
So this is what I'm saying. Like, that's the part, like, once we got back and once I wrapped my brain around what really happened, yeah, it got a little crazy just thinking back, like, okay, well, you know what? We made it out of that. And then now that they're imposing all of these restrictions here, people to self-quarantine and all of this other stuff, okay, you know what? I'm not going to come from the middle of the belly of the beast, right, and then come back and not get sick and then come here and not do the right thing and get sick. So, you know, I automatically was like, okay, let me just follow protocol and you know, do what these people are saying to do in order to avoid it. You know what I mean?
So how does it feel being back, you know, after leaving these beautiful countries and, you know, you did your thing on stage and, you know, that's got to be an adrenaline rush. How does it feel to come back home around this time, this era of what's happening in New York? And give me some understanding of, like, where you are currently in the city, because I'm in the A, and it's kind of serene out here. It's not as big, you know. They're not making it a big fuss. You know, some people are going to work. Some people are driving through highways. Of course, the traffic's not that bad. Hey, even the mayor herself, she approved where people can go pick up liquor from bars and restaurants to go, you know, which was an awesome thing. And
that's a perk, right?
That's an awesome perk. So, you know, how is it over there?
Well, I mean, man, it was good to be home when you know, think about the whole dynamic of it. 30 days, 25 cities, that was, you know, it was tiring. So it was good to see home, sleep in my own bed and watch my own TV, but you know, it was a little crazy because I wasn't able to see my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm in New York, which they, you know, labeled the epicenter of the United States, you know, coronavirus.
Right.
So yeah, and you know, we have the most cases in the States. So again, to leave where it was really, really, you know, right in the midst of you know, the coronavirus, like how it was spreading out there and people passing away, and to leave that and to come home to the beginning of it, it was like, oh man, you know what? All right, we made it out of there. Cool, we're home now. We can figure it out. Follow protocol. Let's get to it, man. It is what it is. We just gotta ride it out. So, but again, you know, I'm glad to be home, safe and sound, healthy. Yeah.
So you haven't physically seen any of your family members since you've been back? Have you just, like, you went straight home to the crib and haven't, you talked to them, but you haven't physically seen anybody?
Nah, I haven't seen anybody physically. Again, like as soon as I came back, I didn't know whether or not I could be a carrier and not be sick.
Right.
So with that being said, I didn't want, you know, expose anybody, family or friends, to that, and you know, until I found out exactly what was going on. So then, in turn, right after we got back, and that little time period of me being back and not wanting to, you know, not understanding the complete, you know, understanding how this disease works and how it was spread. Again, you know, I quarantined myself, and right after that, the state and especially New York imposed a quarantine. So. Yeah, I haven't seen them in like 2 months. So yeah,
wow,
that's the tough part of it. But you know, we stay on the phone all the time, joking and finding out what's going on. Everybody is safe. Thank goodness. Right. Everybody's healthy.
Thank God for FaceTime and WhatsApp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of New York,
thank God for IG too, because a lot of my boys, a lot of my comrades is, you know, they doing these DJ sets and all of that. And
right.
so
like, are you loving that?
Yeah, of course. I'm party hopping. Like, I'm going from DJ Scratch to D Nice to Nice Wonder. All Jesus out there, they doing it. So I'm
and
just
I love
party
all
hopping.
3 of those. I love all three
Yeah,
of those.
you know what I mean?
Wonder's a man. Yeah.
Yeah, Ninth was killing it last night too. He was bodying.
Yo,
But,
I even seen Russell Simmons. He's